He's the horror hunter from down under. He will go in search every week of the best and worst in horror movies throughout the month of October. His mission? Don't come back until he's found some of the best and worst putrid piles of horror goodness you could ever imagine. Horror hunter from down under coming back at you again. All I've got to say this time is, I hope you're ready for the Crypt Keeper, because we're going to be talking about the mid-90s, I believe 1995 to be exact, 1995's Tales from the Crypt presents Bordello of Blood, starring Dennis Miller, Chris Sarandon, Erica Leniak. Now this film is interesting to say the least, because for one thing it also stars Corey Feldman, who of course was in The Lost Boys, which was the first film we covered on the vampire theme for this part of 31 Days of Horror. So let's talk about this film, shall we? Now first of all, if you're expecting a masterpiece of a horror movie, don't. It's funny, it's cheesy, it knows exactly what it is, and if you're at all familiar with the Tales from the Crypt TV series, you should already know what to expect from this movie. Yes, it's on the big screen, so that means they can get away with more blood and gore, but it also means that the film itself is nothing to write home about. It's fun, it's got a lot of TNA, and it's got some really great vampire effects. There's not really a lot to write home about here. But it's a really fun film. It's a great romp. It's a detective movie. It's a genre comedy that knows when to put emphasis on comedy. There's a lot of sexual innuendo. I mean, with a title like Bordello of Blood, how could you not expect there to be a lot of innuendo? Now, part of the reason I think this is an interesting film, and again, I say interesting, not amazing. God knows it's not amazing, but the reason I think it's an interesting film is because, well, it does things I haven't seen in a long time, and I appreciate that personally on a very large level. If you can show me some sort of originality, I'm always excited to watch a movie. So, all of that said, what did I think of the film? Well, personally, I think that it's a really intriguing idea about vampires. The idea that this character, Lilith, who is sort of the prime vampire. I don't really know how you want to call what you want to call it, but she whoever possesses Lilith's heart can control her, and it's being controlled by, of all people, an evangelical preacher played by Chris Sarandon. Now it's an interesting film to say the least, but it's hard for me to recommend because it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's so cheesy at times, and I love cheese. You all know I love cheese, but there's a difference between something like a cheese that's like an American cheese versus a stinky Limburger cheese, and it's just not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So that said, I'm going to leave it to you. You watch Bordello of Blood, tell me what you thought of the film, and tell me if you thought that it was your cup of tea. I loved Bordello of Blood for what it was. I didn't think it was anything more or less than what it was trying to be, and I will see you guys later.